Hello everyone. I know I haven't uploaded in like a pretty long time, and that was because of like exams and stuff, you know. Basically I'm almost done school and I'm almost in like the summer now, which like if you're in like middle school and high school or elementary school, your summer is probably not going to be for a little while. But I'm in college, so my summer starts at basically like middle of April, which is really fun. But overall, today I want to talk about a topic because recently I was looking at Hive and they did an update and they added something called mini Skywars, which is basically ranked Skywars on Hypixel but without the rank. And that got me thinking, you know, would the Hive benefit from adding ranked Skywars? And overall, I think they should. I think it would be like a big benefit like to the server for adding ranked Skywars. I don't know what this guy's trying to do. Like, I have way better stuff than you. You have nothing. Okay, that guy immediately turned around. He looked at me and he's like, nope, I'm not taking that fight. But like, I think they should just add ranked Skywars. Like, I know the Hive like won't add practice PvP or like a duels game mode for whatever reason. Well, I know the reason. They just don't want to be like a competitive server, which I don't really understand because the server is already like the most competitive Bedrock Edition server. So you might as well just embrace it at this point. And is this guy trapping? He might be trapping. Or maybe he isn't. He just has no armor. Okay, yeah, I don't know what that guy's doing. But like, I just want you to think for a second. Imagine if they added ranked Skywars, how would it be like? And to be honest, I think it should, for one, be 4 players like Hypixel. It shouldn't be any more than that, because as soon as you get more than that, it just kind of ends up being a little bit chaotic and not really that competitive. Okay, this guy's purling in. Hello, buddy, how's it going? Okay, players today, I don't know what's going on. They're just acting really weird. But I think 4 players is like the sweet spot. I think Hypixel got it right with 4 players on ranked Skywars, because anything more than that would just end up being super chaotic. But with having 4 players, you couldn't have a map like this one with a bunch of islands everywhere and having it be very big. It's got to be a little bit smaller. And we'll see you later, buddy. And I think the easiest way to do that would be to sort of condense already existing solo maps, so you can get rid of some of the islands, move some of the islands closer to kind of make the map a little bit smaller and work better in like a 4-player environment. Or what they would probably do is just build entirely new maps, because, you know, the Hive likes to do that. And as long as they're like good for like playing competitively, which I think the Hive could definitely do that. Make actually like good maps for trying to play the game mode more competitively. And I think it would genuinely work out. But also, I think that they're gonna need some sort of restrictions for the game mode as well. Like, you can't just throw normal Skywars in there and have it work out, because I think if someone gets a knockback Nemo, you're going to see people losing their minds, and rightfully so, because I would be losing my mind if somebody randomly kills me with a knockback Nemo. That would not be very fun. And while everybody else is getting some armor here, I'm gonna go and get myself some armor, because people are running around with stuff and I don't like that. But overall, like, think about how incredibly fun it would be to have a more ranked game mode, but with like restrictions like no spells of life, for example, or say we don't have any like knockback Nemos, right? Knockback Nemos should be gone. Right, we don't need any of those, and this guy's gonna keep hitting me with the bow shots. I do not like that, so I'm just gonna disengage from this fight. But the reason I think that those should be removed is because they're not really the most competitive items, right? They're kind of cheesy, like anybody can just kind of pull those out and then boom, they win the game. So you would have a restriction like that being like, okay, so certain items, they're not in the game. I think there should be also some things added, like pearls should not do any damage. You can kind of play a little bit more aggressively. And I think everyone should also start off with like full iron armor, so you have like armor and you're not just sitting there and being like, oh, you know, like you're just like starting naked and you don't get anything, and that's kind of the end of you. And I think this guy's gonna kill me if I do not disengage from this fight. Oh my god, I'm purling. I'm out of there. I don't know what health that guy's at. I thought he'd be a lot lower. Okay, I need a chest plate. Can somebody please spare me a chest plate? It'd be great if they could. Because imagine you're playing like ranked Skywars and somebody rushes you and you don't have any armor on. I feel like that would also be very tilting and kind of uncompetitive. Like, you want everybody to have somewhat of a fair chance to win the game. Like, I don't think that they would need to add kits. I think that's more of a Hypixel thing, because adding kits to Skywars, they tried that already and it didn't quite work out very well for them. Basically, it was completely removed, right? Like, Skywars kits just doesn't exist anymore. So you'd basically just keep the game as normal as possible, but making sure that everybody's somewhat fair. Like, you still have to have some sort of RNG in there, because it is Skywars. It's like an RNG game mode. As you can see right now with me not getting a chest plate, which is what I need. Okay, there we go. Ask and you shall receive. But also, to make it a little bit less RNG-like, maybe you could add like more ores on the specific maps so that basically when you are playing, you have more of a chance to go ahead and get some stuff. Like if I'm running around here and I'm missing a chest plate, I have more chances to go and get myself diamonds, to get myself a chest plate. And this guy over here seems to have a lot of stuff. He's a good player. He has a 9.18 KD and a 64% win rate, so he definitely knows what he's doing. And now he's coming after me with speed. There we go. Got the combo on him. Nice little combo right there. Okay, my block placements are not working out right now. With a low ground and a hole here. I do have a spell of life in case I need it. Okay, gonna pop that spell of life right there. And you know, he's backing off. What's his health at? I missed the arrow. He is running away because that spell of life definitely saved him. Like, imagine this was a ranked match and I just pop a spell of life and I'm able to get away like that. Like, that's not something you really want. You know, you don't want people to be using a spell of life like that, right? Because it would end up being just kind of annoying, right? You know, this guy is like winning the fight and then he's not winning it because I just popped a random item. And this guy's still running away. Come on, buddy. This isn't ranked, okay? This is not ranked. We don't need to play like it is, okay? And he pearls away, and I'm out of arrows. Okay, that kind of sucks. Might as well get this mid chest. But if you think of any other items that should be restricted, put it in the comments below, because the only things I can really think of are restricting things like the spell of life and like a knockback Nemo, because everything else in the game I think is like pretty doable. Maybe you restrict the fire sword as well. That could be something that you just don't have in ranked, because I feel like the fire sword could be like pretty cheesy, right? So you probably don't want something like a fire sword in ranked. But like, let me know. Let me know if you think of something else that, you know, if you were to create ranked Skywars on the Hive, what should be restricted? Oh, okay. Well, I thought I had Ender Pearl. I didn't have an Ender Pearl. Okay, I thought I had a Pearl that entire time. Oh, I also just thought of now, there should be a system in place that pushes players towards the middle of the map. So currently on the Hive, people can just run around until game end and then just ends the game and nothing happens. But I don't think that should be the case in ranked, because imagine if you could just keep running and never fight your opponent, right? And then you could just end the game and nobody gets rating. I think you would have like a whole border system where you actually set up a border and then you could basically like, it'll keep coming in whenever like a certain amount of time, you know, goes down on the clock, and it basically forces everybody to play, so you can't just run around the entire time. It just makes it a little bit more stressful for players that have been like running around the entire game, because I can bet you that people would not be willing to die in ranked Skywars. You know, they're not going to push everything. They're probably going to play really, really safe. So you'd probably have to have some way to force people to fight, and I think a border is the best way to do that. And okay, this guy just zipped right past me. Hello, buddy. How is it going, Mr. Witter? Witter's your name? And you are actually pretty laggy. Oh, and my dog is barking, and I'm getting comboed. Okay, I do not appreciate that, okay? I do not appreciate getting comboed, okay? And my dog is barking at me. Okay, I gotta finish this fight because my dog is barking. Okay? I'm sorry, Mr. Wither. Yes, you can probably hear my dog barking. I did just get another dog. It's a new puppy, okay? And she's barking. Yeah, she's barking at me. Okay, I'm gonna have to finish this fight. Okay, hold on, I'm opening the door. What are you doing? Okay, apparently she wanted nothing. She's just barking at me for literally no reason. That's wonderful. Okay, we're gonna go in this fight. I'm already low on health, but maybe I can combo this guy around here. It looks like it is working, and my dog is still barking at me. Okay, this is not what this video is supposed to be, okay? It's supposed to be talking about some ranked Skywars, and I got my dog barking at me. But also, another thing I would think you want in ranked Skywars would be a good ranked system. You know, something like maybe adding a bunch of like different ranks. So you start off with like copper rank, and then you reach iron, and then you reach gold, and then you reach diamond, and then maybe there's a top 250 or a top 1000, right? And then you can kind of go from there. Like maybe you have like a top 1,000 and you get like special rewards, like you have maybe like a special like certain hub title or a trail or something like that that shows, hey, I reached top 1,000 or whatever this season, and it would show your like placement in the top 1,000. And then every season it would have like a new hub title and a new thing that you could unlock, and maybe a whole set of new cosmetics. So like you can get like a cosmetic from one season and it won't come back the next season, so it's kind of like an incentive to sort of get it while you can, because it'll become really rare. And oh, okay, they kind of traded right there. It makes my life a little bit easier. And we got 2 more guys over here, and they're teaming. Can we not, guys? Can we not team? Okay, this is solo Skywars. Teaming is not allowed. Okay, you're not allowed to team in this game. This is solos. There's a point to solos. Okay, teaming is not allowed in this game mode. Okay, you guys could get banned for this. Like, I'm not gonna ban you because you're probably just little kids who want to have fun, but like, you know, somebody else with more malicious, you know, they could be reporting you guys for teaming, and you know, you guys could be banned. You know, like I'm not gonna do it, but you know, it's not good, guys. Like, you want to play the game. Okay, listen, if you don't die right now, I will report you. Okay, there we go. He should be dead now. Yes, okay, game is over. But if you were to also have a certain ranked system, you would probably want it to stay like the same in terms of how much elo you get. The one thing that I hated about Hypixel ranked Skywars back in the day was how if you got gold ranked, let's say, you wouldn't stay there. Basically, what would happen is, as more people get there, the goalpost would keep moving, and it just became really annoying because you would grind a lot to get there, and then your, like, place would go away. And I think the only thing that should have that would be, like, the top 1,000, because it'd be very annoying that, say, you're grinding for a certain rank and you reach it, but then you go on vacation, and then while you're on vacation, you lose that rank, and it just would not be fun. I think you have set ranks that you get, and then like the top ranks are the ones that will constantly be moving the goalpost. But if we do have set ranks, what type of elo should you get? Like, how much should you get a win? Like, maybe you start off by getting like 100 rating a win, and you go through like some of the early ranks pretty easily. Like, maybe you start off with like copper 5, then you go to copper 4, 3, 2, 1, or you start off with copper 1, you go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you go to iron 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then gold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you have like a certain amount of rating is based off of how many kills you get, maybe your placement, maybe it could be like just winning the game gives you rating, and if you lose, like if you're like say second place, you still gain basically nothing. Like, I like rank systems that rewards you based off of your own personal play. So like, even if you don't win the game, you'll still like gain something for say killing everybody in the lobby, whatever. Like, that allows you to sort of like, you still gain points. It may not be a lot of points, but you won't like lose rating every single game if you like don't win. Because sometimes like you can get cleaned up and just kind of have like bad games sometimes, and granted that'll happen regardless. But like, if you were to say kill 3 players or kill 2 players and there's 1 guy left and that guy cleans you up and then you don't get any rating from it, I don't really think that would be fair. Like, I think you should still get the majority of your ranked rating from you winning the game, and if you get like any other rating, it'll be like from like getting second. Like, but if you die off spawn, I do not think that you should gain some ranked rating from that, right? You should still lose a lot of rating if you die immediately. And this guy's saying cheats. There is no cheats here, brother. Okay, you pearled into the side of me and I just continued the combo. Okay. But what are your thoughts on that? Do you think you should only gain rating if you win the game? Or do you think... Oh, I thought this guy would have made that pearl, but he didn't. Okay. That's kind of awkward. But, like... Or do you think that players should gain rating based on their own performance, like killing 2 other players in the game and then you die by the last guy and you still gain like a little bit of rating from it? And do you think extra rating should be for like doing things like killing all the players and winning the game? Like, say if you kill everybody in the game and you win, do you think you should like get more rating for that? Do you think it should just kind of be the same? These are all questions that should be answered, especially when you're creating a ranked mode. But again, I am intrigued to hear your thoughts on just the idea of just ranked in general. Like, would you play it like in the way I designed it? Like, would you play ranked, like having restrictions and 4 players and you gain rating based off your own personal performance? Or do you think that the ranked system's kind of terrible and you wouldn't play it? I really want to know what your thoughts are. But also, I think a ranked system would bring a lot of players to Skywars. Like, it's not like Skywars has a lack of players. Like, they still get a pretty good amount of players, but it's not like what it used to get, right? Like, Bed Wars has sort of taken over. And I feel like it would bring a lot of players back to Skywars because they probably want the very limited rewards rewards that you would get for climbing up the ranks. And maybe it would bring players that quit the game back because they're like, oh, there's ranked now, this might be fun to play. But also, I think it just could benefit the server overall. And this guy is a sharp one. I am not taking that fight. You can have that chest, buddy. There's a chest plate right here. I will take that. Okay, now his sharp one does like no damage to me. Perfect. So this guy's getting bullied. I'm bullying both of you guys. Okay, I'm hitting both of you at the same time. You're still up here. Okay, you're... Oh, wow. Okay. A lot of block placements there, Mr. Twistalo. Okay, very interesting. Very, very interesting. I want you dead because you're like the high level guy. But you're also a decently high level, but you're just gonna get comboed off the map. We'll see you later. But like, let's say if ranked Skywars does extremely well, right? Let's say, you know, it brings in a lot of players. Maybe they add ranked Bed Wars, and it could be a similar thing where it's maybe 4 players or something like that. And then that could bring even more players to the server. And then maybe they can bring like duels in the server or something like that. Like, I just feel like they should embrace the whole competitiveness of the server, because like currently, like they just don't really embrace it enough. And this is like the most competitive server on Bedrock Edition that I can think of. And it's like, even though there's servers like Zeka, but like Zeka has like Hive type knockback. It's sort of like a practice PvP server for the Hive, if that makes sense. And like majority of the players that play Zeka are like Hive players. So it's like, you know, I think that the Hive should just embrace this whole competitiveness they have going on. Like, add ranked Skywars, maybe add a duels game mode, add something for players that want to play competitively to play, just because overall I think it would just be fun. Like, I enjoyed playing ranked Skywars on Hypixel back in the day, even though I never got any of like the really high ranks, mainly because what pushed me from it was that the goalpost kept moving for the elo. So I'd get to gold rank, let's say, and then I'd log on a couple days later and I'm not in gold rank anymore, and it just kind of felt like the work I put in was for nothing. So I just want like a certain like just set elo system, but that never really came for Hypixel ranked Skywars. So that's why I'm kind of like, I want, if the Hive was to add ranked Skywars, to just have a set system. And this guy's kind of destroying me right now. Okay, I do not appreciate this. I do not appreciate this, Mr. Tumbler, Crumbler, or whatever your name is. Okay, you cannot be destroying me like that. All right, now I'm destroying him because he cannot aim while I'm circle strafing. I don't know why he can't hit me, and he lit himself on fire, and he pearled into a wall. Okay, well, yeah, that's, he called me a hacker. Okay, I got accusated twice in today's video. But anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Videos will be more consistently uploaded soon. I have one more exam left, and then I'm free and off and ready to go for the summer. But I am intrigued to hear your thoughts on my idea for ranked Skywars. Do you think they should add it? Do you think the ideas I have for it are good? Do you have any other ideas they think should add for ranked Skywars? I want to know in the comments below. And yeah, I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye. And have a great day.